So here at Chat Sports, we're movers, we're shakers, we're grinders, we're hustlers, and we like to compete with one another. And in the month of June, we're doing a competition to see which channel can get the most likes. Laker Nation, like show, you got to show up and show out. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and let's dive into these Lakers news and rumors. Another juicy show on tap for you all today. This is the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I am Chase Senior. Hope all of you are gearing up to have a really great weekend, no matter where you're watching, how you're watching. Thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. And today's show presented to you by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety tool, and they're offering a free 14-day trial for you and your family. If you plug in that link at the bottom of your screen, it's aura.com/chatsports. Identity theft protection, digital security. We'll tell you more about them coming up here in just a few moments. So we start off with some really fascinating Lakers rumors. Could Collin Sexton be making his way from Cleveland to Los Angeles? According to Hoops Hype, league sources suggest the Lakers are interested in a really good guard who missed much of last year because of a knee injury. And he's been overshadowed because of the great play a season ago from Darius Garland, who made an all-star appearance in front of the home faithful in Cleveland. So you look at what Collin Sexton has been able to do throughout his career. He comes out of Alabama, and he's looked at as a dynamic, shifty guard with some wiggle, and his efficiency is actually pretty solid. I'm not sure it's where you really want it to be for a guard with a lot of volume, but he can handle the rock. He can get to the hoop. He does have a pretty solid handle. Can get a little bit frustrating on the offensive end with some bad shot opportunities, but you look at the numbers to my right here. Rookie year, shade under 17 points per game. The following year, nearly 21. 2020-2021 season and 60 games played, he averages 24 points per game, and then this past year, it was cut short because of injury. I'm not putting a lot of stock into those numbers. I think with Sexton, you're looking at a player in that 2021 range, as well as the season prior, where he's averaging anywhere between 20 points per game and 24. He can bring that to the table and a lot of field goal opportunities with some decent field goal numbers, 47.2, 47.5. This is a shifty guard who I think could be a great addition on this Lakers roster and a much better player right now than Russell Westbrook. We have so much to unpack on the show. We're only getting started. You don't want to miss a single second of it. I want to ask you this, and I want you all to get into the comment section right now. I want to gauge where Laker Nation is at. Should the Lakers add Collin Sexton? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. I do think that Collin Sexton would be a really good addition if you can find a way to move on from Russell Westbrook. This is a young player, and I've said this so many times over the last couple of weeks. You need to prioritize bringing in some young players to this Lakers roster to develop them, to get more athletic, to really just become more of a game-breaking offense in transition as well as the half court. And you need a player who's going to be able to shake and bake off the dribble and break down the defense to create for himself as well as his teammates, and Collin Sexton could be that guy. Is he as good as Darius Garland? No. Can he be a similar player to Darius Garland? I do think so. Sexton is a solid player. I've been a big fan of his ever since he came out of Alabama. I mentioned off the top, today's presenting sponsor is Aura. You can start your free trial today by going to aura.com/chatsports. What's really cool is you can get near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries. So many times we have gotten those text messages from our banks, or we've gotten that alert that our credit card or a debit card has been hacked. And to go through that process, it's a pain in the ass, especially if you're on a time crunch. With Aura, you can shop, bank, and work online without any of those headaches, without going through that rigorous process, and you can be safe and do it privately in the process. A free 14-day trial if you use that link at the bottom of your screen. That link available in the comment section and the description of this video. As for some Lakers pre-draft workouts, how about Shareef O'Neal's son? This coming from The Athletic. Draft prospect Shareef O'Neal has an upcoming workout set with the Lakers. Sources tell The Athletic O'Neal worked out for the Bucks today and has scheduled visits to Cleveland, Atlanta, and Washington, among other teams. Shams had reported that this week O'Neal is draft eligible, and he's had a really long and arduous path He had that heart surgery, I believe, and because of that, wasn't able to get his college career started when he wanted to. He began at UCLA before transferring to LSU. Only 24 games played at LSU the past 2 years, and over his career, 2.5 points per game and 3 rebounds. If you were to ask Shareef O'Neal, his pops, about what Shareef can bring to the table, he has been on record saying that he can be a really good NBA player. At 6'10", 225, he certainly does have some tantalizing athletic qualities, hasn't played enough basketball, and frankly, I would have liked to have seen him get more experience at the college level or maybe go overseas to fine-tune his game because he simply has not played enough basketball over time, and there are some health questions with him. If and when the Lakers make a draft pick, obviously they'd have to buy a second-round pick in order to do so. Hey, we'll let you know here on the Lakers Report. That's why you subscribe. But also, I want you to name a player that you want LA to pick in the comment section. You can get creative, cook up some heaters. Give me a name or two down below in the comments. Coming up around the corner on the show, Bleacher Report's sleeper free agent targets for the Los Angeles Lakers. But first, another reminder to subscribe to the channel. Our NBA draft coverage has been phenomenal, breaking down some of the prospects that the Lakers could target, as well as passing along all of the most pertinent information on some of the prospects that they've been able to work out. We hit you with the latest Lakers news, as well as rumors, trade ideas. We were covering this coaching process and the hiring of Darvin Ham better than any other YouTube channel out there. So let's continue to grow right here at the Lakers Report. We have you locked and loaded with the best Lakers coverage on the entire internet on YouTube and Rumble. Just hit that red subscribe button down below, or in a separate browser, head to youtube.com/LakersTV. Bleacher Report's sleeper free agent targets for LA. Another LA guy, but him playing with the Los Angeles Clippers. That is Isaiah Hartenstein. Solid big man who I think lacks at moments offensively and defensively. Last year was getting some consistent run because of injuries, and then the trade of Serge Ibaka in that front court for the Clippers for Tyronn Lue. 8+ points per game, shade under 5 rebounds, a block per night, shot around 62.5% from the floor. He could be a decent rotational player, and he's not going to cost that much. And for a Lakers team that's financially strapped going into this offseason, they can't go on a spending spree unless they trade away Russell Westbrook. They need to fill out this roster a little bit with some capable guys who have some versatility, and in the front court, Hartenstein certainly has that. A really intriguing name for me, it's Tyus Jones, who last year with Memphis, when Ja Morant missed a lot of games, they didn't miss a beat. Partially because Tyus Jones as a backup point guard was really good as a backup, but then as a spot starter. I think a team out there is going to be willing to pay the former Dookie, whose career as a first-round pick got off to a really slow start. But he's really been rounding into form and playing excellent basketball. You look at the numbers from last year in 21 minutes per game. Let's say that he ups that to 25, 30 minutes per game. If he goes to a new team, it doesn't have to back up a player the caliber of Ja Morant. You think the numbers can increase a little bit? I do. Let's say that those figures can go to 12 points per game with more opportunities to put the biscuit in the basket, and 6 times, 45% shooter, 39%. If those numbers remain, I'm happy with it, and he would be an excellent backup point guard. I'm just not sure the Lakers have the money to pay him. I do think they have the money to pay Victor Oladipo if he's willing to take a short-term deal. With the Miami Heat throughout the playoffs, once he was starting to get a little bit healthier, I thought he did some nice things. Now, he went in and out of his sporadic and up-and-down play, but he had a couple of really big games. In the playoffs, he did have a 30-point burger at one point. Against Philly, I thought he was good. Hit a couple of big shots against the Boston Celtics. Playoff stats, he was getting a lot of run for Eric Spoelstra, 24.5 minutes per game. I think that was more of a byproduct of the Heat being a little bit thin. But 10.5 points per game, 37% shooter. What troubles me is that the field goal percentage last year with Houston and then this year with Miami, not all that efficient. But look, we're talking about a player who had 2 quad surgeries. It's a really serious injury, especially for an NBA player with the explosion, the first step, the cuts. the lateral and vertical movements as Oladipo continues to get a little bit healthier, I think there's a better player in there. Pick one to sign among those three targets. Do you like Isaiah Hartenstein? If so, type H in the comment section. Do you like Tyus Jones? Type J. Victor Oladipo? Type O down below. You let me know in the comment section right now. I did tell you at the start of the show, we're having a competition here at Chat Sports for the most likes. Where does the Lakers Report stack up? Number 6 among all of our YouTube channels here at Chat Sports. And what's cool, we just surpassed 300,000 subscribers on our main channel, 1 million across the company. Let's get the Lakers Report to 50K to add to that total. But right now, you see the leaderboard here. Chat Sports, Cowboys Report, Raiders Report, Bears Now, Dolphins Today, Lakers Report taking over my other channel, the 49ers Report. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, so that we can up our like game here on the Lakers Report. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope all of you have a great weekend. More Lakers coverage going to continue to churn out over the next couple of days because this is what we do. We grind and we hustle.